The life of a tobacco farmer in Greeneville, Tennessee during the 1930s and 1940s was one of hard work and dedication to the land. Burley tobacco has been grown in Tennessee since about 1900. Tobacco farming was a significant part of the local economy and culture, with families passing down the knowledge and traditions of cultivation through generations. Farmers in Greeneville engaged in a variety of tasks, from preparing and fertilizing the soil to planting, tending, and finally harvesting the tobacco leaves. The process was labor-intensive and required a deep understanding of the land and the crop. Despite the challenges such as dealing with pests and the unpredictability of weather, tobacco farming provided a livelihood for many in Greene County and shaped the community's identity. Elbert Luther Kinser was born on October 21, 1922, in Greeneville, Tennessee. His parents, Charles Porter Kinser, a tobacco farmer, and Myrtle Fillers Kinser, welcomed him into a family that would grow to include his older brother, Russell Bird Kinser, his sister, Hazel Kinser, and later, a younger brother named Charles Porter Kinser, Jr. This family, rooted in the agricultural heritage of Greeneville, would see the children grow amidst the challenges and changes of the early 20th century, each carving their own paths in life. Like his siblings, Elbert attended grammar school at Flag Branch School and received a basic education. He graduated in 1940 and continued to work the farm at home and developed a love for baseball. The Cove Creek baseball team of the 1940s may not have made headlines, but local baseball teams have a rich history of community and sportsmanship. While specific details about the Cove Creek team from that era are scarce, the spirit of baseball in small towns is often marked by passionate players, dedicated fans, and fields that serve as community hubs. In fact, 9 members of the baseball team on which Sergeant Kinser played second base served in the war. Only Sergeant Kinser did not return. Immediately after the attack on Pearl Harbor on 7 December 1941, the recruit age was lowered from 18 to 17, and enlistment periods were extended from 3 years to the duration of the war. The process of enlistment during World War II often involved difficult decisions and personal sacrifices. Elbert Kinser received a draft notice from the Army but faced a pressing dilemma: the need to sell his family's tobacco crop. Despite requesting a 2-week deferral, it was denied, leaving him to seek an alternative solution. By enlisting in the Marine Corps, he was granted the time needed to secure his family's financial stability by selling the crop. On December 2, 1942, he embarked on a journey from Knoxville to Nashville, a significant step towards his commitment to serve. The following day, December 3, 1942, marked the official start of his service, a date that would become a pivotal point in his life and a testament to his dedication amidst the challenges of war. The Marine boot camp at Parris Island in 1942 was a crucial time in military training history. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, the base underwent a significant expansion to accommodate the influx of new recruits. The training period was initially reduced to 4 weeks before being extended to 7 and eventually to 16 weeks by the end of the war. This period also saw the introduction of the M1 Garand rifle and the establishment of specialized schools for various military disciplines. The rigorous training and expansion at Parris Island during this time contributed greatly to the preparedness of the Marines in World War II. The Battle of the Tennaru, the first Japanese counterattack of the campaign, on August 21, 1942, saw some of the fiercest fighting the 1st Regiment would encounter on Guadalcanal. The regiment was transferred to Melbourne, Australia for recuperation and refit after their first campaign. They were housed at the Melbourne Cricket Ground throughout their visit, which ended in September 1943. After training at Parris Island, Sergeant Kinser joined the 7th Replacement Battalion in March 1943, located in American Samoa. This battalion later became part of the 1st Marine Division, and PFC Kinser joined them in Melbourne. Operation Cartwheel, the code name for the campaigns in eastern New Guinea and New Britain, would see the 1st Marines put to use once more. At the Battle of Cape Gloucester, which took place on December 26, 1943, the regiment was the first to land. They fought there until February 1944 at locations like Suicide Creek and Ajar Ridge. The Battle of Cape Gloucester was a significant engagement during World War II, taking place from December 26, 1943 to January 16, 1944 on the island of New Britain in the territory of New Guinea. This battle involved Allied forces, primarily the U.S. Marines, against the Japanese Army. The objective was to secure the two Japanese airfields near Cape Gloucester. Despite challenging terrain and fierce resistance, the Allied forces achieved victory, marking an important step in the Pacific Campaign. In September 1944, the Greeneville Sun stated that PFC Kinser had been promoted to corporal. The Battle of Peleliu, also known as Operation Stalemate II, was a significant conflict during World War II that took place from September 15th to November 27th, 1944. It involved U.S. Marines and Army forces fighting to capture an airfield on the small coral island of Peleliu against a deeply entrenched Japanese army. Despite the initial prediction of a quick victory, the battle extended over 2 months due to the Japanese forces' well-crafted fortifications and fierce resistance, resulting in heavy casualties for the American troops. Corporal Kinser wrote home in November and said he was in better hopes than he had ever been of coming home soon. The 1st Marines, a unit of the 1st Marine Regiment, fought on Peleliu for 10 days, resulting in 56% casualties and no longer being combat effective. The regiment was decimated by heavy artillery and small arms fire, and repeated frontal assaults failed to unseat Japanese defenders from the 14th Division. The 1st Marine Regiment suffered 1,749 casualties during 10 days of fighting on Peleliu. The 12 January 1945 Greeneville Sun notes Kinser's promotion from corporal to sergeant and hopes to be at home sometime in the near future. The last World War II engagement for the regiment was the Battle of Okinawa. From 1st April 1945 until 15th of June 1945, the 1st Marines participated in a bitter, close-in fight that led to the capture of this strategic island. Sergeant Kinser landed on Okinawa on 1st April 1945. The Battle of Okinawa, a pivotal conflict during World War II, saw significant involvement from the United States Marine Corps. The Marines faced a formidable Japanese defense centered around Shuri Castle, enduring intense combat and harsh conditions. Despite the challenges, their relentless advance contributed to the eventual Allied victory, marking a crucial step towards the end of the Pacific War. The courage and sacrifice of the Marines at Okinawa remain a testament to their commitment and skill in battle. The war for Sergeant Kinser ended on May 4, 1945. Medal of Honor. Citation. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity, at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty while acting as leader of a rifle platoon, serving with Company I, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, 1st Marine Division, in action against Japanese forces on Okinawa Shima in the Ryukyu Chain, 4th of May 1945. Taken under sudden, close attack by hostile troops entrenched on the reverse slope while moving up a strategic ridge along which his platoon was holding newly won positions, Sergeant Kinser engaged the enemy in a fierce hand grenade battle. Quick to act when a Japanese grenade landed in the immediate vicinity, Sergeant Kinser unhesitatingly threw himself on the deadly missile, absorbing the full charge of the shattering explosion in his own body and thereby protecting his men from serious injury and possible death. Stout-hearted and indomitable, he had yielded his own chance of survival that his comrades might live to carry on the relentless battle against the fanatic enemy. His courage, cool decision, and valiant spirit of self-sacrifice in the face of certain death sustained and enhanced the highest traditions of the U.S. Naval Service. He gallantly gave his life for his country. Signed, Harry S. Truman. The Medal of Honor was posthumously awarded June 13, 1945, but was not presented to Sergeant Kinser's family until the next year. Sergeant Kinser was buried in grave number 225, plot number 1, 1st Marine Division Cemetery in Okinawa. Sergeant Kinser's parents had received a letter from the War Department inviting them to Washington to receive the Medal of Honor from President Truman. They declined the invitation and opted to have the presentation in Greeneville. On July 4, 1946, a significant event took place at the Greeneville ballpark in Tennessee, with 25,000 in attendance. Beginning the day was a parade which included 2 rifle companies of the 50 Infantry Division, the Marine Corps Band from Quantico, Virginia, the Bluefield, West Virginia, Drum and Bugle Corps, and others. It was a day marked by a mix of solemn honor and unexpected incident. The community gathered to witness the posthumous presentation of the Medal of Honor to the parents of Sergeant Elbert Kinser. Major General Clifton Cates, a fellow Tennessean who would later become the Commandant of the Marine Corps, made the presentation, honoring Sergeant Kinser's ultimate sacrifice. The occasion was also attended by Tennessee Governor Jim Nance McCord, Senator Tom Stewart, and Rear Admiral Joseph Clark. The ceremony was punctuated by a flyover of 6 Marine Hellcat fighters, a tribute fitting for a fallen hero. However, the day was not without its troubles. A portion of the ballpark's grandstand collapsed while Dr. Davies, president of Tusculum College, was offering a prayer. Thankfully, there were no serious injuries reported from the incident. At the request of his family, Sergeant Kinser's remains were repatriated to the United States. On February 13, 1949, Sergeant Kinser was reburied in Solomon Lutheran Cemetery in Greene County, where his courage and sacrifice continue to be honored. Sergeant Elbert Kinser's valor is eternally etched in history through various memorials and dedications. His heroism during World War II not only earned him the Medal of Honor, but also left a lasting impact, leading to the naming of Camp Kinser in Okinawa. This base stands as a testament to his sacrifice on the very grounds where he served. Back home, his memory is honored by a bridge, Kinser Bridge, a monument, and a park along the Nolichucky River, Kinser Park, as well as a display of his military honors at the Nathaniel Greene Museum, ensuring his story continues to inspire. Greeneville Sergeant Elbert Kinser. A great American